Hey there beautiful people, welcome back to the channel where we deal with everything video and photo related. Well, in today's world, there's a lot of competition when it comes to photo and video because everyone has a high quality camera right in their hands. Like for example, we have iPhones which are producing amazing video cameras on the phone, and also other brands are doing the same. So anybody can shoot high quality videos and photos. But with that said, not everyone has the ability to capture the attention of their audience with their videos and photos. Why is that? Because quality is not the most important thing when it comes to photos and videos. So as professionals, we need to add on all these other spices into our videos and photos so that we can be able to make them more interesting to our audience and capture their attention, hence more views and more credibility in the industry. Camera angles are some of these spices that can help you separate yourself from the pack and make your videos and photos more unique, and hence making you more credible in this filmmaking industry. But only if you use these camera angles properly. You may ask me, why are camera angles that important? Well, I'm here to tell you that. Reason number one, perspective. Shooting in different camera angles gives the audience different perspectives to look at, hence helping them understand the scene better. Reason number two, why camera angles are important is emotions. Different camera angles convey different emotions and the audience can actually feel it. Reason number three that I can think of is variety to choose from. Shooting in different camera angles in the same scene helps you as an editor to have a variety of content to choose from to actually make your videos more interesting. So with all of that said, here are some of the most popularly used camera angles. Camera angle number one is the wide shot. Wide shots are mostly taken or captured using wide lenses. A wide shot is used to establish a location for the audience to be able to see actually where the activity is taking place. A wide shot can also be used to convey an emotion. What emotion is that? The emotion of loneliness and isolation. For example, in the shot on your screens right now, the subject is alone in a wide area, and the wide shot is used to emphasize that point of isolation and loneliness. Camera angle number two, we have the long shot. The long shot is closely related to the wide shot, but in this case, you mostly focus on the full body of the subject, leaving just a little bit of space seeing the location, but the full body of the subject fills the screen. This camera angle is mostly taken or achieved using a long and tight lens. Next, we have the medium shot. A medium shot is taken from the waist up and is used to show or focus on what the subject is doing or saying. This camera angle helps bring the viewer closer to the subject, and it helps the viewer relate better with the subject. This is basically the angle that we view someone when actually having a conversation with. You're going to see this camera angle mostly when it comes to dialogue and interviews. Next, we have close-ups. This angle is where you see the subject from the shoulder upwards. I don't know if you've ever gone to take a passport picture. That is a close-up angle. We use this camera angle to show the facial expression of the subject, and they're mostly used during dialogues and things like that. Close-up shots help the viewer realize that this is an intimate scene and they need to pay close attention to what is being said or what is being done in that scene. The next camera angle, we have the extreme close-up. The extreme close-up is where you mostly focus on a specific detail in your image or in your scene. You can use this camera angle to draw the viewer into that scene and bring their emphasis on a specific point of the scene for them to understand the context of the whole scene. This camera angle is better achieved using a tight lens or a macro lens. Up next, we have the low shot. The low shot is basically where you put the camera down below, facing up to the subject. This camera angle is used to make the subject seem larger than life or larger than they actually are, and portrays the feeling of power and dominance. One famous person that used to use this camera angle to show power and dominance was this famous guy called Hitler. People back then used to think that Hitler was someone so huge, so powerful, because each and every time Hitler was being shot, the camera was mostly down below, facing him upwards, hence giving the people the illusion that this person is huge and powerful. Now we have the next camera angle, which is the opposite of the low angle, which is the high angle. This is mostly where you put the camera up above, facing down towards the subject. We use this camera angle to make the subject seem weak, small, and inferior. Next, we have an infamous camera angle called the Dutch angle. This is basically where you make a slight tilt of the horizon of your shot. This camera angle is used to portray an uneasy emotion. It actually tells us that something is wrong or something bad is about to happen, hence enhancing the tension in that scene. Next, we have the POV shot, which is the point of view shot. This is basically where you mount the camera on the subject and the viewer actually sees what the subject is seeing in the film. This camera angle allows you as the audience to take on the perspective of the character in the scene, and hence enables you as the audience to see and feel what the character sees and feels. We mostly use wide angle lenses to take this shot because our own eyes are wide angle lenses. Next, we have the cutaway shot. A cutaway shot is basically an interruption of a continuous scene or a continuous shot. If you haven't noticed, I've been using several cutaway shots in this whole video. It helps show side stories of what is being talked about, or helps show exactly what the person is talking about in the main story. Next, we have the over-the-shoulder shot. It is basically a shot taken over the shoulder of a subject who is being talked to, looking towards a different subject who he is talking to. It is used to show dialogue or to also show what the subject is looking at. Next camera angle, we have the eye level. It is basically what the name says. It is where you put the camera on the same level as your eyes. For example, in the shot that we have right now, this is more of the angle that we usually use when having a conversation with someone. So it connects the audience and the character a little bit better. With all that said, we do not have to use all these different camera angles in one video. Too much of these camera angles can actually mess up your story and make it a little bit less understandable. We need to think about what emotion are we trying to convey in this specific scene, then pick a camera angle that suits that emotion. But at the same time, camera angles don't have to mean anything when it comes to creative projects like music videos. I use many camera angles in one music video to just have a variety to choose from and to make the music video a little bit more interesting for the viewer to watch. I hope this information has helped you, and if you want to learn more tips like this, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification button. So do not forget to interact with me, like, share, and comment. Put as many questions in the description box below, and I will research them for you and give you proper answers that I think will benefit you in the long run. So thank you for this, and see you next time.